Alright, let's do this. In the top right, it's Dark. In the bottom left is MaxPax. So we start off Dragon Kaiser versus Psystorm here in their opening bout of the World Team League. Probe heading across to the top. Got a scout into the natural. A couple extra drones are being built. No surprises just yet. MaxPax and Dark have played a lot online recently. These two have really been very consistently playing against each other. Dark's playing in a lot of tournaments. MaxPax plays in pretty much every tournament known to man. They've both been playing a lot. They run into each other all of the time. And so, what have we seen? Well, honestly, MaxPax seems to get the better of Dark a lot as of late. Like, there's just something about the way that MaxPax plays that just Dark can't quite be solid against. And that's not to say Dark can't beat MaxPax, obviously. But to run through recent results, MaxPax 2-0 Dark in a Spring Fling qualifier finals. We cast that last week. Then Dark 2-1 MaxPax in the Winter Championship. And then before that, MaxPax on a winning streak of a 3-0, 2-1, 2-1, 3-0. And then Dark won the first time they met this year. So this year, it's a 5-2 series scoreline in favor of MaxPax. But it also extends into last year as well. MaxPax in 2022 went 3-2 against Dark. In 2021, he went 1-1, which means MaxPax probably one of the very few players in the world that has a winning record against Dark. I mean, it's not every day you find someone that has, wins like that. Let's have a look, actually. Yeah, MaxPax is the third most, is the player who Dark has lost to the third most. Listen to this. Top 5 players Dark has lost to the most. Hero by a difference of 20 maps. Rogue by a difference of 18 maps. MaxPax by a difference of 12 maps. Then Bjorn at 7. And then Arthur at 5. Arthur's a player who just doesn't... He was around years ago. And what that basically means is that Dark very rarely has a losing record against anybody. Like, barely anyone has a winning record against Dark. MaxPax is one of the very, very few. What are those clothes MaxPax is wearing? This is MaxPax's Protoss cosplay. He plays in the Protoss cosplay because he feels like it lets him get into the feel of Protoss better, understands what he's playing as, and it just improves his StarCraft 2 skill in general. So it's, it's working if he's got a winning record against Dark of all people. Two depths come around, a couple of Lings gonna go in. And just gonna start getting nilled at. Obviously, guys, there are other players outside of those 5 that have a winning record against Dark, but if there's only 5 players that have a 5 or more map winning record against you, that's pretty darn impressive in itself. Anything less than that, I'm pretty, even a 5 map winning record is a best of 3 and a best of 2, a best of 3 and a best of 5 go in the way of Dark convincingly, and boom, it's equal again, right? It's very close in that regard. So, yeah, just impressive. Not a lot of people like that. And actually, some of his dominated plays are kind of fascinating as well. It's Dark, his biggest victim, Cure. Dark has won 61 maps more than Cure has won against him. Isn't that ridiculous? That's a stat as well. Anyways, enough about stats like that. More stats about this game is Dark's supply blocked with Adepts coming his way. Blaves is over halfway done, and Dark is going to opt into the Baneling Nest as an attempted defense here to give Dragon Kaiser the potential leg up in this series. Rubber Bay follows this Adept attack up from MaxPax, so we're seeing a pretty typical kind of 1-2 punch coming through from him, as these Adepts will threaten to split into different places, but I don't think anywhere was really going to succeed. Kind of okay with MaxPax just backing off and not committing through just there. Rubber Bay is halfway done. The Adepts continue to move into the center, negotiating upwards and in toward the natural expansion perhaps. A couple of them split over to the right-hand side. Moves into the natural. A few drones on the way up as Dark just getting ready to obviously play. He's got the Bane lane, so he feels fairly safe against these Adepts. They can't just shade in when the Banes are on top of him like that, so Yeah, Adepts can't find much. They do get 2 drones over this side. These 2 Adepts will be sacrificed, but 2 drones, a lot of lost mining time, and a good amount of Zerglings honestly getting killed here as well. So MaxPax should be pretty A-okay with that trade out. He is getting slowed down on his own 3rd base though. Ling showing up, Nexus gets killed. Pylon going down, and it's just going to be a little bit. So I said Nexus got killed. Just don't think the Nexus ever got going actually. So just getting ahead of myself. It was the Pylon getting killed. Yeah, good little delay I guess from Dark's point of view. Just slowing MaxPax down. Anything you can do to slow down this Protoss play is going to be necessary when we know just how good MaxPax can be given a strong setup, given the kind of game to play with. He's an absolute beast of a player. Everyone knows it at this stage. That melee upgrade is already beginning from Dark, so kind of doubling down on what was already a bit of a Ling Bane focused opening, right? So just doubling down there. Steps coming across the map one more time. We do have Prism 3, we do have Disruptors, so a bit of an aggressive push again from MaxPax. What's very important now is that you keep the Banelings away from being clumped against these Disruptors. If the Disruptors can find a bunch of Banes all together, that's a very easy way to win out, as we do see the first Banes connecting. This is it! This is the Disruptor shot! He gets quite a lot of Banes, honestly. He saves both Disruptors. The Lings are enough to swarm through and kill off the Adepts, though. We kill 3 drones as we pull some Adepts over to the right-hand side. MaxPax loses out on every Adept, but again, lost mining time. He did kill quite a lot of Lings, and he did get rid of pretty much every Baneling. These Disruptors are low HP. I don't know if we can justify unloading them with a few Lings that are going to instantly get on top. I just can't imagine that's going to go very well at all. There is a Disruptor shot to land. Damage too. Lings in this mineral line, trying to do some nibbling. We do have extra Banelings continuing to produce. More Lings around the left-hand side. A couple extra Banes coming across. Those probes is going to have to go running away as the Colossus shows up as well. Trying to work our way through those Zerglings. The Baneling's going to start bust through the natural expansion, opening up a door. If they can take this Stalker down immediately is a fantastic start, of course. We're not going to open up the wall too much, and Dark losing a lot of units on this kind of attack across the map. It's got to be careful of this Colossus. It's not really in the greatest spots, and needs to just be careful it doesn't get taken down by these Lings, doesn't get overwhelmed. Looks like it's going to be fine. The Prism dropped the Disruptors off. We actually lost the Disruptor, right? There was 2. Not sure if that was just then or a little bit earlier on. Either way, Colossus trying to defend the 3rd base. That feels like almost a necessity, but it's not going to happen. No 3rd base then, and Dark might have just been able to justify all of the losses he's taken, as MaxPax is going to be slowed heavily on his now continuing production here. So, we do knock down a structure at the front. We do see a sentry just getting warped in as well. Colossi with this sentry continue to press through too. Things will work their way forward, and obviously still just putting in work, getting rid of the pylon now. 12 probes going down. This counter-attack at Dark has been somewhat incredible, right? Just so consistently up in your face and really putting in some serious work. Colossi number 3 pops out. I like and actually love that for MaxPax if there was anything to go along with them, but I really don't think there's going to be anything that makes much of a difference at all here. Roaches still hanging out around the top. A hatchery, another one going down as well here. Just getting that set up. Sort of shot flying through, but doesn't land as we see our Prism pulling back just a little further. Our Stalker still producing up. Let's get a few more of those up and underway. Plus, pressing forward, just going to be seeing a couple sentries. Our Stalkers all coming through here. We're going to have ourselves Roaches, Queens coming through. Lings on the other side. There's a little Disruptor shot forward. I think this is way too much from Dark. MaxPax trying to get aggressive. I just can't see this really working out at all. GG says MaxPax, and Dark is going to take game 1 of this best of 2. Here we go, guys. In the top left-hand corner, it is going to be our blue Protoss, MaxPax. Bottom right, I read Zergy. Dark. Game number 2. And like I said, it's rare that MaxPax doesn't get this series to go his way, but Dark is opening strong. I mean, honestly, it was feeling good for MaxPax, but the counterattack of Dark really had a lot of punch behind it. Dark was able to get so much done there. It was very cool. Yeah, we're coming down. Simulator setting up. All of this just coming through for the moment. Actually, about halfway through. You know, Nexus is coming along, Cybercore building, and really waiting to see what kind of style we build. Obviously, MaxPax chooses Babylon. That usually suggests maybe a Twilight Council kind of style, so I guess we'll see. Well, that rumbles. Just see how a couple of bits and pieces still coming along there. Cybercore is going to be finishing up in just a few moments, for example. Next is going to be finishing in a moment or two. Adept is going to be chrono boosting out and just seeing our Stargates. Adept, Warp Gate, upgrade all coming through. So it's going to be Stargate, like I said, despite the map. I kind of expected some glaives, but Stargate is obviously the choice here instead. So we will see ourselves setting up into that more macro-based focus to begin with here. Away we go. The devs are going to go shading by and just going to go see if they can grab some lings. The feelings to wrap around these adepts. First adept going to go down. The other adept going to try and run away. The lings going to get a grab on that. Oh no, adept slips free. Adept breaking out. You do get out of that. Nicely done. Okay, well, that's a good escape away. Adept gets out of the lings. That could have gone down. Would have been kind of unfortunate, of course, as we do have the other lings making their way forward. Oracle back over to the bottom right-hand side. So that's just going to go escaping away for a little while here now as well. Revelation goes down. A couple of queens going to get caught in that revelation, and let's see a few drones getting picked away at too. So a little bit of damage being dealt for the moment. Queens all finishing. Evolution chamber also on the way out right now. Oracle's making their way through this bottom side and trying to figure out just exactly what you might want to do here. Oracle's activated, a few drones going down. Seeing our queens still sticking around as well. So there's a few drones getting picked away at. Oracle comes back in. Drone already taking just a little bit of damage. Getting one of the kills there already. Queen's gonna fight. Adepts get shoved down. And again, just so far, Dog's defense really looking pretty decent for the moment. There's fire through, just gonna go shading over the right side. Melee upgrade's about halfway along as well. And you obviously see Dark just defending and defending. He's put some good damage on these oracles too, so they're gonna be more easily picked off further down the line here. Obviously, to talk about this overall series just for a moment too, can I put some pressure on MaxPax? I do feel like if MaxPax doesn't win this, obviously you've got Hero, a pretty hefty favorite in the next set of games. It's really not looking good for Storm at all. If you go 0-2 here as MaxPax, you kind of need MaxPax to show up, and you know what I mean? You kind of need him to come in and do pretty well, but guess we will see. Yo, Fritz the Cat, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Lings is going to run up, go straight through a set of rocks, and as we open those rocks up, obviously a bit more of a chance to potentially move through different positions. We do see MaxPax about to have his blink as he opts into 1-1 upgrades as well. He's going to have a pretty sturdy army with the upgrades being doubled up here. So I imagine that too's got to be a little bit of a factor as we do come forward. The Ling's going to get a catch on the group of Lings from the top side. Stalkers continue to fight. And quite a few Lings continue to go down for the moment as Stalkers come by. Depths is going to continue to trade out with the roaches. The Lings coming back up into the main base as well. More Lings coming through. And everything else still getting settled as our Stalkers will fight. The Lings get chased away. Folks get in there, just going to be able to nab the Overlords, just going to take that down as well. You have a +2 attack, +1 armor. All of this continue to build a plus. The charge upgrade also coming through on the Twilight Council. They drop a little stasis ward over from that left-hand side, and as odds continue to just wander around here. Really just still holding out and just able to keep MaxPax back. What happens now is that MaxPax gets his next attack on the way, which is going to be the Colossi. Setting up a Temple Archives too, but Dark really starting to take control of the map, and he's just going to try and be very aggressive all over the place. Meanwhile, MaxPax is going to try and hold on and just overwhelm this kind of low-tech army with sheer power of units such as the Colossi. So let's see how that turns out for him. Let's see if Dark can be everywhere he needs to be. As Bane's rolling in on the right, rolling past a group of Zealots initially. Stasis Ward going to buy some time, and then a cannon to help. These Banelings will go nowhere. It's a good initial defense from MaxPax on the right side. On the left side, we're not doing much yet. There's a group of Lings that just ran by. Looks like they're going to try and make a bid to get into the natural expansion. 5 probes going down so far. The Lings gain entry to the natural, but the Colossi and an Archon show up, and a lot of the Lings get splashed down in an instant right there. Do get rid of 26 probes overall, so this combination of attacks everywhere has finally found some amount of damage. Some Banelings getting through and actually still dealing some damage as well. Now 29 probes lost. 2 more Colossi joining the fray very shortly. Again, the MaxPax army gets more and more powerful. Would obviously love to see a Hive and a couple of Vipers maybe from Dark. With that, you could potentially see something along the lines of, a way to deal with those Colossi. Right now, he doesn't have the tech for that. But is he in a good enough position to maybe just start going toward that tech? Or does he need to be all out right now? Does he have to keep going? He clearly feels like he has to keep going. So that's exactly what he will do. As our Lings and our Banes come around, the Lings going to work their way up to the top. And just going to wrap around for these couple of results. Obviously, the upgrades are going to be a big factor here as well. The fact MaxPax went for double upgrades, and we'll soon have those fully in play on 2-2. It's going to allow him to just trade that a little bit better in these continued fights. So It's one more thing for us to maybe see be going MaxPax's way. As Dog is maxed, we start the infestation pit up now. He did slow down on the attacks, decided not to continue with those, maybe just seeing there's too many tech units up. Surprised then it took him almost so long to start the infestation pit, because if he realized that he wasn't going to be attacking anytime soon, obviously he would have maybe preferred to see that infestation pit a minute earlier before he built these units, which now he's not going to do anything with. Taliban's gonna catch. Queen's firing, Oracle's taking damage. We do have everything of MaxPax coming back to the top. Hive is on the way, +2 missiles, and the Carapace upgrade continuing to produce. Now Stalker is going to get shot at by the Queen. This epic fight is ruined by the Zerglings jumping the Stalker. They've never heard of a fair fight, apparently. It's not cool, yo. Not cool. MaxPax pressing forward as Dark still sits here. Hive on the way. Hasn't been able to improve his army beyond what he's already got. He has built up quite a lot of bank because he's been maxed for a while, not doing much. Ideally, I'd imagine Dark wants to deny that top right 5th base, though. Can't imagine letting that 5th base kind of, be something that just kind of comes through. I just can't imagine that's really something you want to let happen as our Lings run in. Those Zealots and these Archons are going to get fully surrounded here. So he's going to grab all of those. Archon Stalker Colossi is going to knock down the hatchery on the left-hand side. Taking that out pretty much straight away. And seeing still our Queens and our Ravagers also pressing forward. If there's something else for them to do. As a couple of Zealots will move in. The Ling's going to show up just to pick their way through these. The Ling's going to get onto some Zealots on that right side as well. And just seeing our Archons, Colossi, Stalkers all spreading it out. Big push from MaxPax. Can Dark defend? He's got his creep spread to help him, even if he doesn't have the Hive and the Vipers yet. First Stasis Ward, very good on the Banes. Is getting a lot of the other Banelings stuck as they work their way through, finally towards some of the backline Stalkers. Colossi low HP, but alive for the moment, most importantly. Still able to dish out that pain with the AoE damage. Obs gets destroyed by the Spore Crawler. With that Obs going down, we see the Lings going to wrap around on the Zealot as well. More Lings coming across. Zealot still taking heavy damage here. But the Stasis Ward going off, catching a couple of Lings once again. So, doing well here. Just more Lings up the top side. Ling, Ravager, Bane. All the way out to the top. I mean, this recall comes in. You'll see a few corrosive piles coming down. Stalkers just going to get picked away at there pretty quickly. We just see the rest of these Banes coming through, and the Ravagers will pick away at and finish off this Nexus. So Dog's going to get rid of this. MaxPax supplies dropped heavily. So has Dog. Dog has a lot of minerals to do rebuilding with. He doesn't have that much gas, though. Might be the bigger problem of all. 7 dead probes. 4 Ultras, Chitinous Plating, melee upgrade also coming through for the moment. Let's continue to run in, and we're going to see them going in and fighting against a group of these Lings. So Ling's still trying to get a little bit of a wraparound. Lings, Ravagers, Roaches, Banes. I mean, the problem is here, I feel like Dark isn't rebuilding on things that are interesting or good enough. And the problem is, if you're not rebuilding with good enough stuff, is eventually MaxPax can just win this out by just continuing to sit back and waiting for you to attack into him, and that's kind of what's happening. What's a healthy Zealot Zergling KDA? 1 to 4. I mean, one Zealot is worth 4 Lings, right? So I would imagine so. That would be efficiency. Guess as a Well, I mean, who really has the eco advantage here? Dark has a couple more workers. He has currently more bases to mine from. That's maybe the biggest difference at the moment. I'm down the south side, trying to see what's going on, trying to see what's going. Nothing too crazy just yet as that Prism comes back up to the top. I'm just going to get these Zards going straight in after a few drones again, pretty much immediately. Obviously, with a few Ultras, Dark has a little bit more kind of busting power, I suppose. Ultras can be quite annoying, especially if you're going to lose your Immortal to a few Lings getting a wrap around. Stasis Forces continue to catch units here as Disruptors will do what they can. Aiming towards Ravagers, most expensive units you can probably grab with those. And these Ultras, though, just running into this choke point. That ain't pretty. 68 Lings on the rebuild. And you have to ask yourself, well, 68 Lings is nice, killing 34 probes is great. But can you actually ever kill this Protoss army? Like, if MaxPax walks across the map, can Dark actually fight this? I actually don't think he can. That's a hell of a lot of Archons. To say the very least, that's a hell of a lot of Archons. I'm really not convinced that you're going to be able to fight this at all. Let's see, though. Archons will put up the wall off. The Lings do get into the back lines. That's important. There's a few Archons coming to help out there as well. The Ultras do get a chance, and okay, Dark is absolutely going to be able to take this on. Those Ultras did a lot better than I thought they would. Even if they went up against the Archons didn't put out anywhere near the damage I thought they might. I thought that was actually going to be a very scary push from MaxPax, but Dark takes it easily at the end.